What's up, man?
How's it going?
How are you?
Doing good. Let me just get rid of the intro music there.
Getting ready to go live here, huh? Or are you already live?
Yep. Yeah, I was already live. I set it up for tomorrow. So we have I did some backgrounds. So the overlays, because they're just overlays, they cover the whole screen.
That's a nice overlay you made for us there.
That's your YouTube logo.
Yeah, it's the one that Josh made, but I mean it fits nicely with the live stream.
I just uploaded it. I do have no background, but it's again not sized, so it just covers the whole thing. But I figured we could use it for something.
It looks good, yeah. Hey, Michael, how's it going? How are you? I mean, I still make videos on my personal channel. It's just not as much Samsung stuff. I'm still here, but yeah. I mean, eventually we're gonna have more videos at Sammy Guru. We're just in a little bit of a transition period right now. In order for the website to survive, it costs a lot of money, and some of that money is subsidized by my personal channel. That's just the way it is. Running a website like Sammy Guru is a very expensive venture. That is not smart. I don't recommend anybody do it. You'll bankrupt yourself quickly, but it's a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm here in San Francisco, obviously, with Samsung. Had a chance to look at stuff today. Obviously, I can't talk about any of it until tomorrow. But I mean, not specifics. I mean, but I can tell you that I think there's still a few surprises of things that haven't leaked. I mean, obviously, a lot of stuff has leaked, but I think there's a couple
the entire phone.
Yeah, the phone. Obviously, some people got their hands on it early. But there are some AI features and stuff that haven't come out yet. I can tell you that. I mean, I can't say what they are, obviously. I don't want to lose my relationship with Samsung or Sammy Guru's relationship with Samsung. Obviously, those people. Yeah, those people who
at Unpacked, right?
First time at an S launch. Last year, I went to the Fold launch, and so but this is my first time going to be invited to the S launch. They invited me last year, but like 24 hours before the event. And I have kids and a wife, and so that's a no. I can't just pick up all my stuff and leave with 24 hours notice. So I did not go last year, even though I was invited.
They're going to give you a phone this time, right?
Yeah, I have reviewed it. It's coming. They gave me they gave me phones for the Fold and the Flip as well. They gave me both. I should have everything, I think. Hello, everybody in the stream. There's more people coming in. Sharp, Paul is here. Pinky Baby. Hello, everybody. Everybody here coming in. We got a lot of people, a decent number of people. So tomorrow, Colin and Tori, a lot of you guys know Tori, who co-hosts the podcast. We're eventually going to get all three of us on the podcast. It's just very difficult with all of our schedules, especially my schedule and Tori's, because he's a high school teacher. But eventually, all three of us will be on the podcast. But Tori and Colin will be hosting the live stream tomorrow for Unpacked. And so everybody should come through and check that out. I'm going to try to call in as best I can. I've got a busy morning. I got to get over to the venue. And assuming that I have time while I'm standing in line, because last time in Brooklyn for the Fold 7 launch, I had to wait in line for a long time. And they don't care if you stream while you're outside. They just don't want you to stream once you go inside. So Michael says, can you say anything about the colors? The colors available are the exact ones that everyone has leaked. I mean, there's no surprises. There's no surprises there. I think if you go and look at all the leaked colors, you'll see the color options. It's black, white. I'm not telling you anything that hasn't already been leaked. Blue, sky blue, uh, a cobalt violet, a pink color that's very very subtle pink, and then a silver. But this is all stuff that's leaked already. So I mean, pretty much everything is leaked about the hardware. There's some AI stuff still that's exclusive to One UI 8.5 stuff that's exclusive to the S26 series that hasn't come out yet that I think maybe people will enjoy, especially people who do, a lot of stuff. There's also a couple of features that are like software things that are specific to the camera that haven't come out. So there might be a few surprises. The guys who got the
Hey,
phones obviously didn't dig through everything yet, but
speaking of
they got a lot.
S26, we've got that QR code up there for that mystery box.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. So if you are in the US and you're ordering tomorrow, make sure to check out the mystery box program, of course. I'll be sending out all the links in the morning, but I'll grab. Oh, you have the QR code. I'll drop the link in the
Yeah.
chat
Yep.
just in case, but you guys can go and find everything here. Every time I mention the mystery box, people are always like, why can't we get it internationally? It's very simple. It would bankrupt me and the business and my family if I ship them internationally because just to ship one of these boxes in the US is already $10. They keep raising the rates for shipping here. If I shipped it even to Canada, it's like $40. And then if I ship it to even
Jeez.
like the UK, it's like $80. And then obviously you
It'd
can
be like,
imagine if I ship it even further to like India or somewhere, it's even more. And then a
plus you have
lot
to do
of
like
these
customs
countries,
paperwork, right?
yeah, yeah. And then these countries also have like really high customs duties. Like in India, the custom duties are more than the value of the items itself. So, a lot of our writers at Sammy Guru are from India. If I ship them something, they have to pay like twice the value of the item. So I don't ever ship them any review units or anything. We just have to buy their stuff locally because there's no point. Like if I ship them a phone, they're going to pay more in custom duties than the value of
In the
purchasing,
phone.
which is a little insane in my opinion.
I've got
Um,
the old S25 here for the
yeah, I
last
have an
time.
S25 Ultra here too as well with a nice Pataka case. Did you do the stream on both Sammy Guru's and on my channel?
Yeah. Yep, it's on both.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Yeah. So that's where the stream will be tomorrow too.
Hmm.
If you guys want to come through, they'll be live an hour before Unpacked, and then try to go till an hour after Unpacked, something like that. We'll
Yep.
see what happens, but I think that's the plan. I will have some videos up tomorrow too on impressions and stuff like that, and then also I'll have some tutorial videos and
Hmm.
stuff like I normally do. I'm still planning to do a lot of the popular tutorials I do on my personal channel since this is a flagship launch. I still plan to cover, flagship Samsung phones on my personal channel. So, and then we'll have every piece of coverage on Sammy Guru. So make sure to check out the website. We have 25 articles that are already scheduled to go live right when the embargo lifts. So we have every single angle of the phones ready to be covered for you guys tomorrow on the site. And I'll have more video stuff throughout the week. But anybody else have any other? Someone's from Dominican Republic. Hello, Dominican Republic. Nice to see you guys. The sky blue looks nice. I mean, I guess I can say from the images we've seen, it looks like it's a little bit darker than the S25 Edge. I would say that's accurate. It's not like it's crazy saturated, but it is more saturated than the blue that was on the S25 Edge. I have the S25 Edge in the light blue, and it's like basically almost white, and it's not the case this time. 1 terabyte. Yeah, it looks like 1 terabyte's going to be available from what we've seen from the leaks. 1 terabyte with 16 gigs of RAM potentially. Going to be very expensive though. So, we honestly are not 100% sure what's going to happen with all of the pricing because Samsung seems like they've been in limbo about what they want to do in different regions. Like, are we going to get the storage upgrade for free? Is there going to be a price increase for the higher tier storage models? Is there going to be a price increase for potentially the S26 and the S26 Plus? 90% of people buy the Ultra, so I don't know. It would be kind of strange if Samsung did that, but the Fold 7 will most certainly be an option. I would imagine it's going to be an option. Now, one of the things about that is, though, sometimes Samsung will wait to put up certain options until a few days after the trade-in. I don't know why. I mean, the launch day, if you guys remember back from the Fold 7 launch with the Watch 8, no, the Watch Ultra. Remember they released the blue Watch Ultra
Mm-hmm.
last July? They wouldn't let you trade in the previous Watch Ultra for that, and some people wanted to. And they changed that like 2 or 3 days later because people complained. Now, it's possible though that maybe Samsung doesn't want to let us in past years if they feel like the resale value of the phone is like way more than the trade-in they could offer, they won't offer the trade-in. So the Fold 7 probably resells used for more of the trade-in than they would give you. So they may potentially may not offer it. It is possible. They have done that before.
Yeah, because I
I
saw
don't
the
know what
max. I think the max
is
trade-in you can get for
900.
anything was $900. Yeah.
And that's probably going to be the S25 Ultra. So you might be right, Michael. There may not be a Z Fold 7. That's because I think the secondary market, let me check Swappa. I think the secondary market for a Fold 7 is probably over $900, right? I mean, it has to be,
Is
right?
there like
Because
two
the
grand
phone's,
news? I mean,
it sells for $2,000 new. It has to be.
yeah.
Yeah, basically, even like a fair condition, not even a mint condition on Swappas goes for $1,000. So yeah, Samsung may not have a Fold 7 trade-in because it's going to be way less than the market value. So they're probably like, you should just sell it. But I think they should offer it because some people don't want to go through the hassle of selling the phone, right? It's a lot of work. Um, I just sold a bunch of old tech from the last like 2 or 3 years that I've been meaning to sell before I left Phoenix, and I sold it to a guy who is willing to buy it in bulk from me. I won't mention his name, but a guy who follows me on X because he, I guess, resells it. But I sold it all to him because then I don't have to individually list it for each item and ship to 25 different people because that just takes a lot of time. So if you want to save time, I think Samsung should still offer the trade-in. You're going to get the purple. My daughter prefers sky blue. Sky blue looks nice. I think the purple looks really nice too. That purple looks like it changes a little bit with the lighting, like kind of looks purple straight on, but if you turn it, kind of looks like it, maybe is like a bluish color, which definitely looks, cool to me. I think the purple is my choice, but the white from what we've seen in the leaks looks really stunning as well. I think the pink gold is going to be a big hit among the ladies. What is that you got right there? Is that
White.
oh, that's white, yeah. With the
Yeah.
S25 Ultra, I honestly can't tell the difference between the colors because so many of them look the same. I will say they at least made distinction like between the colors this year. I can at least tell the differences between them. I can tell you that from having seen them today. You can actually
I'm not a
tell what color.
huge I'm not a huge fan of white phones. I don't like. I mean, like I've got the orange iPhone and I've got a red
Yeah,
skin on it.
yeah. I mean, white. I like white just because it's I mean, if you put a case on your phone anyway. I have the black S25 Ultra, but of course, you guys may remember that I had the jade green one as well. I always have two S25 Ultras because I run the beta on one, and then the other one I usually run the stable software. And then also halfway through the year, I switch because the oleophobic coating on Samsung's phones always starts like eroding over time. So I switch between in the middle of the year and switch to a different one,
And you
which
get
is a
that no
nice thing to
screen
be able to
protector
do.
life.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, exactly, Michael. You don't want to switch because it's a hassle to go through and sell the phone. And they do apply the trade-in credit, instantly. That's one of the big benefits of ordering through Samsung's website. And I said this in a video that I made a few days ago. A lot of people don't realize that if you're going to buy a carrier phone, if you want to get a carrier payment plan or take advantage of the carrier deals, you can still do that and order through Samsung's website. Samsung has all the carriers on their website, and you can actually log into your carrier and get Verizon financing, AT&T financing, whatever, and still get the instant trade-in. So you don't have to worry about, going through AT&T and missing out on some of the other Samsung bonuses. Like if you're going to get Buds, Samsung is probably going to give you like 25 to 50% off the Buds series if you bundle it with a phone. They almost always do this. And so you could get that kind of deal if you go through Samsung and still use your carrier financing. Whereas if you go through the carrier, you might not get the deal with the 50% off the Buds. Hoping for violet. What is it? Hoping for violet. Since you get more saturated, I do too. I wish they would have more saturated colors. Tori and I talked about this on the podcast last week. I miss the emerald greens and all those crazy colors they used to have. They even had like a yellow one year on the S10, I think it was, right? There's been some really bright colors on the older Samsung phones, and now they've kind of went the opposite way, which it seems like it's because that's what Apple did. So hopefully now that Apple went with like this crazy orange, Samsung will be like, that's what we need to do. So they'll be
We need
like,
a
we need
brighter
to bring
color.
back really saturated colors because Apple is doing it with the cosmic orange. Where can you find the affiliate link? The affiliate link is one. It's all over. We're going to send them out tomorrow. So the actual S26 pages aren't live yet. But if you go here to the S26 pre-order page, you'll find the link to the Samsung All Mobile page, which you can also use because it is our affiliate link. So if you go there, you'll find the All Mobile page link. We have it linked in the middle. It says you can bookmark this link and order before we even send the email. That is this page right here. So the phones will go live on this page, which is Samsung's All Mobile, has all their smartphones. That's going to go live probably before the individual product pages. So I put that up this time because sometimes people don't want to wait for me to send the links. They're impatient. And so now you already have the links, and then you can go ahead and use that one if you want. But I will send the individual S26 Ultra, S26, S26 Plus, all of them individually in our email newsletter tomorrow. So if you're subscribed or you're subscribed for our text list, you'll get it. So I'll put links to all these things that I'm talking about. So the newsletter, you can sign up for here if you're not already on it. Most people who are doing the mystery box are already on the newsletter, but if you want, you can sign up there. And then also the text list, which is also linked on the pre-order page, but I'll put it in here as well so you guys can have it. Where is it? The text list. So this was just if you want to get SMSs instead of emails. Some people like SMS better than email. It's right there. You can go and sign up for the text list. And as Larry said there, it's a good idea to log into the webpage early to the Samsung site and also to use desktop. So use a laptop or desktop computer or use a tablet with the desktop mode. Because if you use Samsung phone, you probably have Shop Samsung. And if you click the link, it's going to open Shop Samsung. Shop Samsung is usually less reliable than the desktop site. So you can either use a desktop, laptop browser, or you can uninstall Shop Samsung, which is another suggestion that I give people. Some people don't want to uninstall an app, so if you don't want to uninstall an app, just use desktop and it's easier. I mean, Shop Samsung sometimes does work, but it doesn't work as well. I've had more checkout problems on the Shop Samsung app on launch day than using the regular browser as well. Not just for mystery box tracking purposes, but also just because I still buy phones too. Samsung only gives me one. I end up buying one extra to have for my beta. I end up buying some for the writers. I end up, getting Colin's upgrade because he's doing some stuff for me. I end up buying like 6 or 7 phones in addition to the review that I get from Samsung. So, I mean, I end up going on there and having to check out too, just like you guys. So I kind of learn
Larry
that
had another
way.
good point. If you don't want to uninstall it, just disable the app temporarily. Order and then
Yeah,
just
that's another
reinstall it. You
thing
don't
you
have to
could
go
do. You
back
can
in.
archive the app and just do it that way. That also does work very well. And then you don't have to worry about uninstalling it. You could re-enable the app once you've done your order, and then you're good to go as well. The other thing is, if you go through Samsung, don't forget that if you have education discounts or workplace discounts, you can claim those discounts as well. But I will say this, obviously I want to make money from the mystery boxes, but I also want you guys to get your phones. If you have those workplace and education discounts, I would highly recommend, if you don't want a 1 terabyte model, that you wait till later in the day. Because one thing I do notice, I know everyone wants to order right away, but I'm just telling you this, Samsung often does not have the education and workplace discounts live right at the beginning. And why? Well, because Samsung is really disorganized, if we're being honest. And for some reason, even though they do this twice a year and they have a huge development team and people working on their website, they somehow still don't have all the discounts loaded to apply to the cart correctly right at 10 a.m. Pacific when Unpacked goes live. I have no idea why. You would think $1 trillion company would be able to get that done 2 times a year, but it just doesn't usually happen. So if you really don't want a 1 terabyte, they're not going to sell out the first day. Samsung does not they don't do the fake scarcity thing like Apple, where everything is, they kind of produce a fewer units for the first week to make it look like everything's sold out. Samsung only sells out of stuff that really is low production, which ends up being the 1 terabyte, 16 gigabyte models. So if you want one of those, you should order right away for sure. But otherwise, I mean, you're fine ordering the first day. The shipping
I don't know
estimate's
that
not gonna slip.
that Z trifold can't stay in stock for more than 30 seconds.
Well, that's a much different story. The rumor is that Samsung only made 50,000 of those globally. So,
Here's 5 for
from
today, 5 for
yeah,
next week.
for the article that we published last night, they're targeting like 20 million S26 Ultras. So that's slightly more than 50,000. I think it'll be a bigger allocation tomorrow for that. So you don't have to worry too much about that.
I was looking on eBay at some trifolds,
People are crazy selling those for
and
5K, man.
they're like 5 and 6, but they have like the China variant you can get those like 2,500.
Yeah. I mean, mine looks like a deal. I mean, I got mine I have it right here. I got mine from Korea the very first day they launched on December 12th. Mine's the Korean model. I only paid 3,200 for it. It looks like a steal right now.
Is there any disadvantage to getting one from like another country?
I mean, it doesn't have all the bands, 5G bands, but on T-Mobile it works like 90% the same.
Most of them, yeah.
You're just gonna miss a few 5G bands. So sometimes when you go somewhere, you might have slightly less than optimal service. But I mean, considering how hard it is to get one now from the US models, I'm glad I bought one from Korea.
Yeah,
I was able to just pay the money.
I was gonna look and try to get one like from Samsung eventually, but the fact you can't get Care Plus on it.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's really sketchy. I mean, this is a stream all about. This whole stream is kind of about the S26 series, but I think it's insane you can't get Care Plus. I was talking to some other media and YouTubers today at the Samsung briefing about that. It's like, do they know something that we don't know by not offering Care? Why are they not offering Care Plus? Because, even if you have the VIP Advantage membership, which is like you pay a lot of money for that, you can't get Care Plus still on the trifold. That seems like it's not good. Like you should be able to get Care Plus from the trifold, considering how concerned people are about that, kind of makes sense to me.
Oops, wrong way.
It worked last year, so hopefully not in the mid. Yeah, sometimes it does work, Larry. I'm not saying it doesn't work all the time. I'm just saying there's more often than never. I'd say at least 2 or 3 launches. I tried applying the education discount because, as you guys know, I was a professor, and so I still use my education discount since I still have an EDU email address. I mean, hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. They let me use it. It's still active. So I still do occasionally. I still am an adjunct at both universities I used to work for. But the education discount didn't work a couple of launches, and it was right at the beginning that I decided to try to order as always. And so what I do now is, because I'm so busy sending out mystery box stuff at the beginning, and also I'm at the event now, is I typically just wait until a little later in the day and order my stuff, except for probably my personal phone. I'll probably get the 1 terabyte model of the Cobalt Violet. I'll probably order that one as soon as I finish sending out mystery box notifications. And then I'll wait to order all the other phones later in the day, because the other stuff is not going to be things that go out of stock. If you want an S26 or S26 Plus, don't worry. You can order any time in the first week, probably even 2 weeks to pre-order, and you're going to be able to get whatever color you want. There won't be a 1 terabyte.
I know they have the $30 reserve credit. Are there any credits for you pre-order, towards cases or anything like that? Do you know?
Yeah, that's only that one, the $30.
And you can't. That doesn't stack with certain things, though, right? You have to. Do you have to use your email? You have to use the link they send to your email. If you use your affiliate link, do you still?
No, technically, in all of years past, as long as you click on a link, any link, and you're already in the session, they all the links like our Howl links, they always have applied the $30 credit in the past. That's
All right.
never been a problem. Yeah. So I don't think that'll be a problem again this year. As long
So
as
no
you're
like
ordering.
no like $200 towards accessories like previous years.
Yeah, I mean they've slowly brought the credit down from 200 to like 150 to 100 to 50 and now 30. They might be
And now
getting
they
ready to
take
get rid of that next year at all because
and at one point they were
I'm
taking your free upgrade out of it for your storage.
yeah. I
They
mean,
counted that.
we don't still don't know about that. I don't know if the storage upgrade is going to be there or not. I don't know if there's going to be.
I saw somewhere that it was. I thought it
Yeah,
was when I
I
did my
mean,
reservation.
it doesn't say in the reservation that there's a free storage upgrade, but yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, it certainly seems like that the value on the whole reserve thing is kind of going down the crapper. I mean, honestly, I don't mind saying the mystery box is more valuable than the $30 reserve credit because, I mean, we're giving you a 65-watt GAN charger this year, which is already close to $30 if you buy it at retail. Plus, you get a case and all the other stuff, the screen protector. I mean, I think the mystery box is better than the reserve credit at this point. So, but yeah, the reserve credit should stack along that. Is it shouldn't be a problem. You should be able to get your reserve credit if you use our link. I am highly doubting it. The only thing that they're probably going to do, I mean, again, I don't know for sure because honestly, even though I did have my briefing today on the products, they haven't really told us anything about the pre-order deals yet. So even if I could say, I really don't know. They're just not telling us anything lately about this stuff, and so I don't think so. The only thing will be like a bundle discount with the Buds 4, which I talked about earlier. So like if you go and you pre-order an S26 Ultra and then you get the Buds 4, Buds 4 Pro, they're going to give you like 25 to 50% off if you do that. That's my guess.
So they confirmed it in India. It shows on their website, get pre-order and get 512 for the price of 256.
Yeah. We wrote about it. It's been confirmed in several regions, just not in the
It's not on,
U.S.
yeah.
So no one's confirmed it for the U.S. yet, but it's been confirmed
Darn
for
tariffs, they gotta give us
numerous.
the
Yeah, it's been confirmed for numerous other regions. We just don't know if it's going to happen here, so we'll have to see what happens there.
no RAM differences, right? Unless you get to like 1 terabyte, or is that
yeah, we've heard from the
around?
leaks that the 1 terabyte is going to be 16 gigs as well, which is what it's been in the past when they offered it. Usually it's just not been in the US, it's been in other countries that they offer it. But usually if it's 1 terabyte, it comes with 16 gigs. And so I think they're going to go back to that. Where's Unpacked? It's in San Francisco. That is where I am right now. I'm in my hotel room in San Francisco trying to get all this stuff done for tomorrow's launch. So got a lot of stuff to cover. I went and did my little briefing today and hands-on stuff. So I got a lot of photos and stuff I need to edit for the website for the morning because we got, like I said, 20-something articles that are ready to go live tomorrow. All the information. Of course, I'll be sending out the mystery box links and all that stuff, emails and good stuff. But we have all the features covered and everything, so you guys can read about all the new stuff that's on all devices, all the stuff that I can't tell you about right now that you can read about in 15 and a half hours. But yeah, I'll be up early to get over to Unpacked here. The Palace of Fine Arts is where it's at here in San Francisco, which is down closer to over by the Bay, over by Moscone Center. Well, not Moscone Center, but down over by the Golden Gate Bridge area. And then tomorrow, Thursday, Samsung is taking us for an outing, the media, to the Golden Gate Bridge and Christie Field.
Sammy field trip.
Take some photos and stuff. They always kind of do that just to give people a chance to test the camera on the new device and stuff. I think last year they went to a Warriors game or something, but the Warriors are not in town, so I guess they decided to go to the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, while we're talking about the S26, that's all we're talking about. But what is your opinion on the the magnets,
What do I think about the magnets? I mean, I
like
think
the
the
the lack
reason.
the lack thereof.
I mean, obviously, we've heard that they're not going to be in the phone from the leaks.
Mm.
And I think it's probably because of two things. One, well, three things actually. I think it's because one, it'll mess up the S Pen sensitivity if you put the magnets in the phone. That's almost guaranteed. And two, I think that it's also to keep the profile thinner because I think have to, they would either have to make it thicker or have to keep it the same. Because
But
this year the leaks have shown that they've actually made it slimmer again. I think the G2
but
magnets inside would make it a little bit thicker.
but okay, but the iPhone Air has magnets inside, and like how like this is my my take on it is how
But
does
also the iPhone Air doesn't have the S Pen. No, that makes a big constraint.
yeah,
I
but
think
oh, they
I
had
think the thing that you're saying right now, Colin, is exactly why next year for the S27 Ultra, TM
they're not
Rowe
gonna
is
have
going
the
to
S
get on the
Pen.
stage and he's going to tell you we had to get rid of the S Pen because you all wanted G2 magnets inside, and
Like
that's why the S Pen is gone. Bye bye S Pen, and that's going to be the end of it. So
if
I
that
think
doesn't
that's
mess
what's
up the
going to
S
happen.
Pen,
So I would imagine that's what he's going to tell you. He's going
I
to
don't
tell you
know.
that the S Pen had to go away. He put G2 in there. But the other reason is reverse wireless charging because you're going to lose that if you put them in there. So I think they had a lot of things this year.
Do
And
you?
I don't,
Doesn't the Pixel have? Does the Pixel have reverse wireless charge?
no, it doesn't. They had to get rid of it. There was a
Uh,
rumor that Apple also had reverse wireless charging in the iPhone 17 um, Pro Max and Pro. There was a rumor before they came out they were going to be able to do reverse wireless charging and Qi2 magnets, and that didn't materialize. Because I was going to be
like
very
AirPower,
interested
they
to
couldn't figure
see.
it out.
Yeah, I was going to be very interested to see how they would do that. So
You know,
yeah,
the if they figured that out though, the thing Apple would have going for them would be the fact that AirPods already support MagSafe. So if you could just like plop your AirPods case on the back of your phone like it's a MagSafe accessory and charge it, that'd be pretty
yeah,
dope.
that would be really cool. Yeah, I just think it's going to be very hard to figure out the reverse wireless charging with the magnets just
Like
because of the physics of the situation.
they
But
would have to put like maybe like a separate coil in between or something.
yeah, and then figure out how to
No,
make those
I don't
things
know.
not interact though, or counter
Yeah,
the reaction of those two things to make both of them still work
darn
and not
science.
lose any charging power and all that stuff because you don't want to make the magnets weaker for the accessories
Yeah,
as well. So
but
yeah, I mean I think they would have.
it's weird though that you have the stand has a magnet in it and it can power, but if the phone has a magnet in it, it can't power. That's kind of weird.
That is quite strange. Yeah, I wonder why. I don't actually know why that is.
Like, we can't go the other direction too. Hmm.
Doesn't make a lot of sense. So what color are you leaning towards, Colin, for the S26 Ultra?
Probably black. Honestly, the only reason I have this white one, this isn't the original one I got last year because I had, gone away from Samsung for a little bit, and then I got another one. Um, I could get this one quicker on Amazon. That's why I have a white one.
So you're gonna go with what? Black?
Black, yeah. I hope they have a. Is there like a? You know how in previous years they've had the black and then like the not black, and then on the Samsung exclusive they have like all black. They do anything like that?
Uh-huh.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Like
I
a
think no. This year they're
Samsung.com
just doing the
exclusive
gray black.
with the lighter edges.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like a grayish
I
black
like
color
the
from what we see
what
in
was
the
it called
leaks.
before? Jet black.
Jet black. Yeah. Remember they had the
That
iPhone
was
jet
my
black? It was like super
the
glossy
scratch
and
magnet.
it was all scratched up. Yeah.
So I went to order one of those when it came out. I had Verizon back then, and I was on the Verizon website, and I was going to pre-order the jet black one, and I clicked on the wrong one because on the Verizon website they had the little like circle indicating the color, but it didn't have like text. It was just like, four dots for each color, and the two blacks were the same. It didn't, you know, it wasn't different for matte black and jet black. So I clicked the wrong one, didn't look at the headline, and ordered the wrong one. Didn't realize until like after it shipped.
Yeah. I feel like that was very confusing, right? When they had the jet black versus the matte black.
Hmm.
Made no sense to me, man.
I'm glad I got the matte black though, because after the jet black was like an iPod with the aluminum or the stainless steel back, where it's just
Have I been
scratch each
invited
other with.
where to Unpacked? Yes, I'm already in San Francisco. I've been here since yesterday. I
You didn't
was
get
I
invited,
was
you just
at
broke in.
huh?
I said you didn't get invited, you just broke in. You just showed
Yeah,
up. Like, oh,
I
I'm
went to
here.
the Samsung briefing today for the phones, and then tomorrow I'll be at the event. Although, to be honest, because of the mystery boxes, I don't really get a chance to watch the event at all, even when I'm there, because I'm just looking at my phone, sending the
That-
emails and answering everyone's questions and emails. Because a bunch of people email me and ask questions about verifying the box and making sure they're using the right links and all that stuff. So I don't ever
Well,
really get to see anyone. Don't get to really
me and
take
Tori
time to pause.
will try to answer this question tomorrow so you don't get a bunch of bots.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, you guys answer some questions. I'm going to put together a little FAQ doc as well as a few other things that might be able to help you guys answer questions. But I'm sure I'll still get some emails and I'll try to answer them. It'd be cool if I could actually watch some of the events and take a few pictures of the stage and being there. Last time for the Fold 7, though, by the time I looked up from answering emails from the mystery box, the event was over. TM Rose, like, thank you for coming to
It
Unpacked.
wasn't
And
it wasn't that long last year because last year we were streaming and
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't I had it up over here and we were like talking and I was like, oh, it's done already.
Awesome, man. Going from the S20 FE to an S26 Ultra. I assume you're doing S26 Ultra. That's quite the upgrade, man. That's gonna be that's gonna I can tell you that's gonna blow your mind right there. Because I mean that is that's a generational upgrade. It's like several generations.
That reminds me,
Not
I got a post on on Reddit that I'm about to go upgrade to an S25 Ultra.
I mean it is, like obviously well, Brett, we've seen in the reserve stuff that it says up to 900, and you can assume that the top trading value will be the last year's S phone because that's almost always true. So I would assume that 900 is what you're looking at most likely. Although sometimes Samsung does some tricky stuff where if they have the free storage upgrade, they'll include that in the trade-in value, and then you would get like 750 for the S25 Ultra plus the $150 for the trade-in for the storage upgrade. So it's going to be either one of those two things. Either going to be 900 for the trade-in, and then we may not get a free storage upgrade, or 750 for the trade-in, and then they give you the extra storage upgrade credit. Samsung really likes
the
to,
word free is kind of
yeah,
confusing because the
yeah,
money comes out of your pocket either way.
yeah, they like to
They
word it in a very tricky way, and you never really know. Like when it says up to 900 savings, you don't really know what that includes until the pages go up. You have to read the fine print because sometimes they calculate the trade-in value plus the storage upgrade, and
and
sometimes they don't.
I was just looking at that on the Samsung thing, the fine print, to see if it mentioned anything, and it doesn't.
Yeah, I think
Doesn't.
900 would be great. I mean, honestly, that's on par with some of the better trade-in values in past years. Although there was one year, I don't remember what year it was, a few years ago, there was $1,000. That might have been the S24 Ultra, where they give you 1,000 for the S23 Ultra. That was
I
like the
think they did at
best.
one point last year, but it wasn't right up front.
Yeah,
They upped
that
it.
that was.
They do that sometimes where they up it
Yeah, I
later
think
on
what
after
happened
pre-order
last
goes
year, if I
out.
remember right, they had a slow couple first few days of pre-orders, and then they turned to their partners like Hal and they say, "Hey, what is it that we could do that might get people to buy?" And then Hal is like, "Hey, maybe we should give people extra $100 of trade-in credit," and then Samsung does it. So, it's always possible, but it also has gone the other way. Sometimes they will lower the trade-in value after the first day because sometimes too many people will trade in the same phone, and they're like, we got way too many of those phones being traded in, and they'll lower it like $100. So you never really know. It's kind of a gamble with that because you could wait, but if you wait, the trade-in might actually go down instead of up. There was one year they lowered it $100 too. I think because they just got too many trade-ins, and they wanted to maybe get people to either trade in other stuff or encourage them to do something differently. So never know what Samsung's going to do. They're a little
There was
schizophrenic, a little bipolar
there was
as a
one year where
company.
they added like halfway through the pre-order period, they added like free buds. And people
Yeah,
were so
yeah,
mad because they had pre-ordered already, and they're like, "Why are you giving people that wait
yeah. They do
more than
weird
the
stuff
hardcore
like that.
people
It's
that?"
like you can't really do that because they get desperate when the pre-order numbers are not good, and so
Like
then
throw them
they're
on.
like, well, let's give the people who order now some new stuff, but they don't even think about the fact that like, well, if we give people who order now new stuff, that's going to piss off all the other people. What about all those people? And that's not good. So yeah, I don't know.
No Bluetooth S Pen.
No Bluetooth S Pen. None.
Our petition didn't work.
Yeah. Actually, I
Remember,
saw some site, I don't know if it was Phone Arena or some site actually had a headline where they wrote about it. They said, despite fan petition, Samsung does not keep Bluetooth. So they actually reference it and they backlink to my change.org petition. So,
I think you should
people are
bring
still.
a giant sign for the audience tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm sure I'll have a lot of time to do that tonight while I'm doing all the other stuff I need to do.
Just draw
I
a
am
giant S
excited
Pen with
about.
Bluetooth.
I am excited about the Ultra. I mean, I'm always excited about the new releases. I am vaguely, disappointed because of the main camera sensor not getting a true upgrade. I feel like it's been 4 years with the same primary sensor. Like that really could use an upgrade. It's getting a little ridiculous. But I mean, I do think there's a lot of compelling features. Privacy display is very good. I mean, you guys have seen the leaks, but I mean, as I said, I've had a chance to look at today. You already seen the leaks. I'm not telling you that it exists because you already know it exists, but it's good.
Just, we remember the guy that was arguing with me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
On X.
Yep.
Was he right or was I right?
That guy was wrong. Yeah, you were right. Yeah, so. Yeah, but I mean, I think you already knew that because we already saw all the leaks. This is all stuff from the leaks
I didn't even have to look. I just read the Samsung. Like, it wasn't even a leak. It was Samsung's own.
Yeah. This is pretty much all the same stuff. Yeah. All the stuff that we're talking about is coming from stuff that's already leaked. I mean, they got 2 YouTubers already fully unboxed the phone. So it's not like you can't go and see almost everything about the phones already. Like I said, though, there are a few things they haven't uncovered, which, again, I'm not going to talk about.
One of those videos got taken down. I don't know if it was not the YouTube one.
Yeah,
but,
Samsung issued a takedown.
Down.
Samsung issued a takedown request. They did. I mean, that really depends on a couple of things, right? You already know you're going to lose Bluetooth in the S Pen, so it depends on if you really care about that. And then the other thing I think it really depends on is if you are a fan of boxy, like the Galaxy Note designs, or if you like the rounded, like closer to the iPhone. Now, I will tell you, and you can see this if you go and look at, again, all the leaks that have come out with the S26 Ultra. You can look at our site. Even though it is rounder, like here's the S25 Ultra. I've got the blur background thing on, but there it is. This thing, has kind of still boxy corners. The S26 Ultra, it has more rounded corners, but it's not like dramatic. It's not the same as the iPhone. Like Colin has an iPhone there, I think, right? Like the iPhone is completely round. Yeah, I have one in my bag back here too. I got to charge it or something in case I need it for B-roll, but it's really rounded. Like look how round that is. The S26 Ultra isn't even close to that. It's still very close.
I do prefer this rounded for like if you hold it in your hand like this, it doesn't.
Yeah, but then also
dig in.
But then also, if you use the S Pen, sometimes that creates a problem when you're writing into the edges. So I guess it depends on. If you really like the boxy design, obviously the S24 Ultra is closer to a Note, but the S26 Ultra is not like. It's closer to the S25 Ultra design on the corners than it is the iPhone. The iPhone is still way rounder than the S26 Ultra. So if that's what you're worried about, you don't have to worry too much about it. It's not like crazy round. I don't think it'll really bother you too much.
Isn't the screen like 0.1 inches bigger?
No, I don't think the screen is bigger at all this year. They just like changed the bezels a little bit.
Wow.
But what they did do is they made it slightly thinner. 0.1 millimeters thinner or something, I think, is what we've seen in the leaks. Something like that. Or 0.2. I don't remember. The leaks said 0.1 or 0.2.
It looked, I mean, it might have been the color, but it looked visually.
But I think also Samsung typically, like if you saw those leaked marketing renders that we covered a few before, they always shoot it from a certain angle so it looks more dramatic than it really is. When you hold it in your hand, I mean, 0.1 to 0.2 millimeters is thinner, but it's not like, that's not going to be something you really notice. Like if you remember, like going from the S25 Ultra to the S25 Edge was like 3 millimeters. Like you'll notice 3 millimeters.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a crazy difference. Yeah. Yes, Tyrone. We're the ones who covered that originally. We covered that in an APK teardown. We're the ones who had the exclusive at Sammy Guru. And yes, it can allow you to trigger a remote capture from the camera. That was found in one of the Galaxy Buds apps. We did an APK teardown. There's a reference in there to that. So whether or not it's live when the Buds first come out, I don't know, but it is in the APK. So you can assume that eventually that feature will be pushed live to allow you to remote capture the camera on your phone. Assuming you have a Galaxy phone, because obviously this is the Galaxy Buds controller. It's probably only going to work with Galaxy phones, just like a lot of the other Buds features that work when you pair it with the Galaxy phone, but not necessarily other Android phones. Yes, thinner is nice as long as it doesn't go too thin that it compromises some of the other things. I think Samsung learned from the S25 Edge that people do not want something so thin that it then compromises the battery size, the thermals, and all those other things. So that'll be very interesting to see. I don't think that's the case here, though, because it seems like, it's not a dramatic change in thinness. It also seems to be from the leaks that it's going to be lighter. So lighter is always welcome as well, in my opinion. And that probably came from the fact that, as you guys know from the leaks that we've covered, they're likely, and also you've seen from the people who have the phones already on YouTube, they're likely not doing titanium anymore. So, as for the battery, I mean, I do think that the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 is going to be optimized. Obviously, Samsung works with Qualcomm to make these 4 Galaxy versions of the processor. And I think, looking at that processor, it already has pretty good battery optimizations this year. So I'm sure Samsung worked with Qualcomm to optimize that. The battery capacity isn't larger, though. So I don't think you're going to see a dramatic change in battery life because, you can only do so much with those software optimizations with the processor because you're still adding, like, even though they're optimizing the processor, if you don't make the battery bigger, every year you're also adding more AI features and stuff that is very hungry that's going to eat away at the battery because you're doing billions of computations every second now on the processor. And those things do add, extra workload. It's going to make the battery, work harder because it's draining from all of that processing.
I'm excited for the 60-watt charging.
Yeah, 60-watt charging is I know people who have Chinese phones are like, well, that's not nothing because we have 106, 70-watt charging probably or whatever, 200 watts. But still, 45-watt to 60-watt, it's nice to have that improvement. I don't think Samsung's ever going to do 100-watt plus charging because they're still scared from the Note 7 fiasco. And, that's the same reason they probably haven't went to silicon carbon batteries yet because, they don't want to go to a new battery tech until they're 100% sure that it's the right thing to do just because of the Note 7. And it's probably the right call because from a lot of the research that we've read, we wrote an article about this a few months ago at Sammy Guru. There's a lot of other research shows that silicon carbon batteries have some issues with longevity and, just some issues with like retaining their maximum charge over time. So there are still some concerns. Samsung probably has some of those concerns because obviously they're doing that research at an even higher level. I think probably the right.
I wonder if we'll ever get solid state batteries.
Probably 10 years away from that, I would think. I'm sure. I mean, everyone's researching it, right? I mean, just like the silicon carbon batteries, people were talking about that making its way to phones like 10 years ago. And now finally some people are doing it. I mean, Samsung isn't, but OnePlus did it, and other companies are working on silicon carbon batteries. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited though for this lineup. I mean, I do think it seems like everyone's talking about S26 Ultra though. Like the base and the Plus look like they've really been neglected this year. I haven't heard any interesting rumors about that really at all. And so I don't know if you're a base or a Plus fan, you got to feel a little left out of the party because there's a lot of people who still like to use a smaller phone, but they want a flagship. And the S26 is kind of not really offering a lot of upgrades, which is very concerning, I think, because the iPhone 17 like hit it out of the park. Apple did everything on the iPhone 17 that people wanted, and they made it very close to the Pros. And it seems like Samsung's going the opposite way. Like Apple brought the 17 and the Pro close together, Samsung's making the gap even bigger than it was before. They're like adding all this stuff that's not going to make it on the base and the plus. Like, it seems like from all the leaks we've seen, right? Privacy display may not make it to the base and the plus. So you're getting even more features that the Ultra has an exclusive on, which is not great. Can be stacked for a while, swollen up. What do you mean by that? I mean, yes, lithium ion has degradation issues too, but their time, the research on that, like how that happens and how long, and the guidance is well known. I think Samsung wants to better quantify what are the limitations and issues that can happen with silicon carbon before they put it in a mass-produced 25 million unit device, which I understand. Specifically because they had this problem with the Note 7, I would be paranoid about that too, probably. Do I think it's worth the upgrade from the S25 Ultra? I mean, that's a tricky question. I mean, first of all, you have to make the disclaimer that obviously you don't need to ever upgrade your flagship phone year over year, because the previous phone's still going to get 6 years of updates, and it's still very close in terms of computational power and photos. I guess it really comes down to this year, do you want a phone that has 60-watt charging, potentially faster wireless charging, we've heard, it's thinner and lighter, has the more rounded design, and has the privacy display? Because those are the big features, I feel like. Eventually, you're going to get a lot of the software features in One UI 8.5 if you have an S25 Ultra, but privacy display is not a software feature, so you won't get that. And so that's a big one. Obviously, the design and the faster wired charging is not a software feature. So if you care about those things, I mean, I do care about faster charging. And honestly, from what we've seen of the privacy display, I do think it's a very interesting feature. But obviously, it has to be something that would be useful to you. Like, if you're someone who is reading your phone a lot on train, public transit, whatever. I mean, I don't really feel the need to hide stuff from my wife, so that's not a use case for me at home. But if you're someone who's out in a big city and out and about a lot, it really is mind-blowing how, like, it's only like a couple of degrees off axis and the screen turns completely black. So, I mean, it is really very cool technology. So if you like that and you like the faster wired charging and the new design, why not? I mean, if they offer $900 in trade-in value, that's a pretty good deal, I think. We'll have to see if that actually ends up being accurate, but I think $900 trade-in is pretty good. When do the Galaxy sales go live? They go live in approximately 15 hours, just under 15 hours from now, right at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. They will go live right when Unpacked starts, although very often Samsung will put the pages up before Unpacked starts, because that's just Samsung being Samsung. And so if you want to get ahead of Samsung, you can grab the link to the all mobile page, which I put in earlier. This also qualifies for the Sammy Guru Mystery Box. If you want to get on the Mystery Box program, this is to their all mobile page. So if you go here, that's where all of their phones are listed. They'll usually list the phones early there for like S26, S26 Plus, S26 Ultra. So you might be able to order it like 5 minutes before Unpack starts. That happens. But I will send all the links out to everybody who's on our newsletter and our SMS list. And I will send those out between 9:30 a.m. and 10 a.m. Pacific. What did you used to teach in college? I have a PhD in applied math. I used to teach advanced engineering math, probability, and statistics. And I used to teach our graduate program for mathematics for high school teachers who wanted to do dual enrollment. So I used to teach night courses for high school math teachers who wanted to do dual enrollment or AP classes. I still am an adjunct at 2 universities, but so far, since I retired from academia 2 years ago, I have not taught another course. I have good intentions, but I've been very busy with Sammy Guru. Growing the site has been a lot of work. So maybe in a few years, once Sammy Guru is fully where I need it to be in a lot of areas, then I might teach some classes again. But the Buds 4 Pro, I think, are a very exciting upgrade. If anybody has got Buds 3 Pro even, I think you should upgrade to the Buds 4 Pro. Again, I mean, you'll see our hands-on stuff tomorrow, and I can't say everything about the specs, like I said, but I would say
Mhm.
no matter which Samsung Buds you have, you should upgrade to the Buds 4 Pro if you can afford it. Even if you're not getting an S26 Ultra, there's a lot of really cool features in terms of software features, integration with the Galaxy ecosystem, new gestures and stuff. There's new hardware features. There's everything on the Buds 4 Pro. You can look at a lot of the leaks and exclusive leaks that we did at Sammy Guru and get an idea, but they are definitely worth it. Not just for the audio quality, but there's a lot of cool new stuff that integrates with the Galaxy ecosystem. So no matter which Samsung phone you have, even if you have a foldable, maybe you don't even like the S series at all, you still probably want the Buds 4. In terms of everything else, what else are we expecting to see tomorrow? I don't expect to see anything else except maybe they might do a little teaser for Galaxy XR glasses at the end. That is possible. If I had to choose anything, that would be the most likely. Because they've already announced the Galaxy Book 6 availability in the US is March 11th. So there's nothing to announce there. It's already been finalized. But we haven't heard anything about availability for Galaxy XR glasses. Google and Samsung have kind of showed the interface, but we might see a little teaser. You guys remember last year when they did the little teaser for the S25 Edge at the end? The lights went off, they came back on, and there was the S25 Edge teaser. They could do the same thing this year with the XR glasses. I'm super excited for those, by the way, because the Galaxy XR headset is just not something I can use every day because I'm not a huge gamer, VR gamer, and I think that's the main point of it. I don't want to wear a bulky headset all day, but glasses that are light, they go on my, I can wear all day. I already wear glasses all day. So it's not going to change my life since I already wear my glasses 24/7. I don't know. What other questions? People have any other questions? We said we were going to stream for an hour. We've been streaming 57 minutes, but if people have other questions, I'll try to answer them within the confines of not breaking my embargo with Samsung, since I can't talk about all the specs that I know, but I can answer questions about upgrades and stuff like that. Where'd you go, Colin? Colin's gone. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Colin's back. Never mind.
I don't know, like it just like the
You
sound
you
stopped and the
left,
camera
Colin. We
turned
lost
off.
like 6 people. They're here just to see you. Apparently, they're here to see you just talk about stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, I do think that you still will want to watch Unpacked, even though you've seen all the leaks. Again, can't say exactly what, but I think there's about 5. I was looking through my notes from the briefing earlier, about 5 new features that are mainly software features, but they are pretty cool. That I think people will enjoy hearing about that really haven't been leaked at all yet. They could still leak tonight. Who knows? It won't be from us because I'm not going to get in trouble for our embargo, but they could still leak tonight. Who knows? But there's still some stuff that hasn't been fully shared. I think it's worth checking out. The other thing is Samsung. Last year, another question is, last year they had the case that had Qi 2 charging in it, but there was only one case that had Qi 2 charging. And
A
so
clear one.
another thing that I'm interested in seeing is, did they put it in all of their cases this year? Because why was there only one first party case that had Qi 2 charging? It made no sense at all. So I commented
He
on this
sucked
last
too.
year. Yeah. It was not their best case either. It was actually the worst case you could buy, and it was the only one that had Qi 2. Like, why couldn't they have
Mine
put it
broke
in the good cases?
the corner where the S Pen goes in.
I want Qi
Like
2
that.
charging. I want Qi 2 charging in my Hershey's chocolate bar case. You know what I mean? So,
So
what
use
was
that.
this? What do the Plus and regular models have? Yeah, man, honestly, there's not a lot. I was just talking about that. This is not a great upgrade cycle for an S26 S base model or Plus fan. If you have an S25 or S25 Plus, I would have a hard time telling you should upgrade, unless you just like the color of the new phone better. Because really, what is there? It seems like Samsung is trying to push everybody to the Ultra, which is makes sense because it makes them more money. But that really seems like where they're trying to go with this. So, Hold on, I gotta send my wife a 2-factor authentication code. She's trying to do something.
Oh, Jeff's getting scammed.
Scammed by my wife. Don't tell her. No, I'm just kidding. But
I
yeah,
spoofed her number.
I think the Ultra is trying to, be this showstopper. They want to force people to go to the Ultra, which is a shame because it's the thing is they don't understand. Not everybody wants a 7-inch phone. Like it's not just that people don't necessarily want to spend more money. Some people don't want to spend more money, but some people also don't want a phone that's 7 inches. So why can't you give some of the same features in a smaller phone? Now I understand you can't put the S Pen in the base model, right? But you could at least give some features like privacy display. You could give some additional cameras still. Like Apple puts the same cameras in the small Pro and the Pro Max. That's what annoys me is like people don't mind paying extra. Not everybody who wants the small phone is cheap. They just don't want a 7-inch phone. Yes, you're right, Larry. Small upgrade, but it's a very small upgrade. It's an upgrade that honestly the regular person is not going to notice, which means are they really going to want to pay extra money? Because even if you get a big trade-in value, you're still spending several $100s to get the new phone. Are you going to spend that money just for a imperceptible, display type upgrade and a new color? This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, the Ultra, at least you're getting some tangible benefits. Faster charging, very cool privacy display, which no other phone has. You're getting a feature that you can't get anywhere else. And I can say is actually a really cool feature. Yeah, the blade lights were cool. But I really do like the brushed metal look on the stems now. And also, the stems are much wider, so you have a larger touch target for your volume controls, which I think was kind of a annoying thing about the Buds 3 Pro. And so that's something that definitely would be nice to have.
I was gonna say something. I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, they should make like an ultra, like a ultra mini.
Yeah, like just like they have the Pro and the Pro Max for Apple, they could have an Ultra and an Ultra Max, like or whatever you want to
I
call it.
think maybe get rid of like I mean people always say they're gonna get rid of the Plus. Maybe make like a small like non-pro phone, and then like an ultra. I don't know, they couldn't call it an ultra, but maybe add like some of the cameras and stuff to the Plus, and then the ultra with the S Pen and all that stuff.
Sorry, hold on a second. My wife needs something. I gotta get her. This is the. Oh, this is not good. What happened here? Uh-oh. 1 second. You can talk for a second if you want. Sorry.
Okay. Wait, no.
Trying to see.
Comment rolling. How's it going, Big Jeff Rowe?
What?
See, so responded to me in the comments. Is there any we didn't answer? Remote capture, no, we already answered that.
All right, sorry. This is the hard thing about streaming when I'm trying to also multitask because I've got the guys are going to be on in India soon, so I'm going to have to get on that. So we'll see what
Going to be
happens.
watching our. We'll have Unpacked up alongside the live stream because we won't be able to actually, rebroadcast the actual event in the stream. So you can watch us and then have your stream up if you want to see Unpacked as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You can watch Unpacked and then also watch the live stream at the same time, for sure.
Floating around.
Rumors are talking about ALOP in the camera area. Yeah, that is interesting. We published an article about that too. I mean, I guess that's technically.
Wait, what's ALOP?
It's a new camera technology that basically gives you. It's a telephoto camera thing that reduces like the camera bump, and so people think that they made the bump smaller, or the size of the shape of the bump is a result of using ALOP. I I can't confirm, obviously, but it's possible. One of our guys, W Vision, he wrote an article about it, kind of analyzing this. So, we'll see how
I
it
mean, we
ends
know
up
what the
going.
camera looks like, so
Yeah, for sure.
I do like the new bump design where it's like the fold. I like the fold, how that looks,
Yeah, the fold looks nice for sure.
how it's staggered. I mean, I don't hate that plateau on the iPhone. Oh, here's a question about the you
You
don't need
you
any
all,
personal
you only
information
need
still,
to
right?
take
You
a
just need
picture.
to
You only need to take a screenshot of the phones that you ordered. We don't need any of your billing info or any of that. It's just to show that you actually bought a phone and which phones. Because otherwise, we get a bunch of people who didn't buy a phone at all. Um, and then that way we can kind of verify on the back end. We look at the affiliate portal. We make sure that like the phone that people say they ordered in the screenshot is there. We don't need any of your information though. You just need to use the link and then actually give us a screenshot to show us you bought something and what it is. Because otherwise, a bunch of
is
people
the
submit the form and they submit us, something that's not even a screenshot of. We still get that. We get people to just take a screenshot of like Google and submit it. And
takes a
of
picture of the
course,
phone.
yeah, I actually have someone go through them to check, but people think maybe we don't. So I don't usually do it anymore, but I have one of the people who work for Sammy Guru do that and make sure, because otherwise people would just, I don't know why people would want a box if they didn't buy the phone, because it's got a case, temper glass. It's a lot of phone stuff that's specific to the phone. But I guess now when we're adding all this stuff like a 65-watt GAN charger, people could use that with any phone. So they're just trying to get a free stuff, I guess.
I'm
And
just
of
trying to
course
get a
you can
couple
also,
free blow pops.
yeah, you could get the candy. And of course you get free gift cards if every 1 in 10 boxes has Amazon or Google Play credit. And then also every 1 in 200 boxes has the golden ticket and get a free Galaxy Watch of your choice. No, you don't need to send a screenshot email because we now use the verification form. The verification form is on the website.
I'm not pulling
It's
up.
just it's too hard to do emails anymore. We did this 4 years ago when we started. I would do emails because there was only 100 people doing it, but now there's like 3,000 people doing it, and it's a little harder to do it with email. So the verification form is here. It's just a Google form, and you just click the form and you just fill it out. It asks for your shipping address too, because otherwise we can't ship it to you if we don't know where to ship it. So it's just your shipping address, your name, and then the screenshot of your order. Again, you don't need to submit. I don't want your credit card number or any of that, because people often are like, are you trying to steal my credit card? No, I don't need your credit card number. I don't need any of your payment info. Just the address and also the screenshot showing which phones you got. Yeah, there it is. There's the verification stuff. You can go through and verify with the form. There's the form, yeah. So you've got your device type, your email. Colin's going to fill it out. Now, of course, don't be like Colin and don't submit it for real, though, because obviously we won't look at any submissions until tomorrow. I put that in the form because normally I don't post it this early, but I wanted people to know where it was. So I posted it early this time just so people would know where it was. And now we kind of do know exactly where the form is. It's right there. So. Yeah, so you fill all that stuff out, and then you just hit submit, but not tonight because you don't have a screenshot to submit. And then tomorrow you'll have a screenshot you can upload there, and then you can submit it. And then we will review all the submissions, and we'll send an email probably Friday. I'll try to do it Thursday while I'm here. I'm super busy, and then I travel home Friday. But try to send an email to everybody. Basically, what happens is the first 1,000 people who confirm, which means if you fill out the form from spots 1 through 1,000, those boxes will ship first, and they will ship on March 10th. That's the first wave. My wife and I ship this by ourselves, so it does take some time because we're 2 people. We don't have 1,000 warehouse employees like Samsung does shipping our boxes. And then the second wave, so if you confirm your box from 1,001 to 2,000, those boxes ship March 17th. The rest of them, anything over 2,000, will ship by the end of March because we need a little extra time to make sure we have enough chargers and everything. Because I ordered a couple of different shipments of chargers. So, what's this? Do you do it separate form on Buzz4 if purchase too? No, we just look at the invoice. So if you want to get one of this is a good question, Larry. I should add this to the form. I hope I remember because I'm super tired and I'm going to be up for the next like 20 hours. I'll try to do it when I get off here. If you order the Buds 4 or Buds 4 Pro, you can get a Buds 4 Pro case. And we will send that. We usually look at the invoice for that. So if you take a screenshot and show that you ordered the Buds 4 Pro, we will get you your Buds 4 Pro case. I will say, full disclosure, I'm still waiting on the shipment of those to come. So I'm hoping that doesn't delay people's orders who got the Buds 4 Pro because that shipment hasn't come. All the other stuff has already come. But I'll communicate with people if that happens. I hope not. But I ordered 2,000 Buds 4 cases, and they haven't come yet. The S26 Ultra cases, tempered glass, chargers, phone stands, cleaning kits, they're all here and they're all done. But those Buds cases, I'm still waiting on them. So yes, I'll add an option to let people know that people can let us know they bought Buds 4 or something.
So tomorrow, like halfway or maybe at the end of the stream, like an hour after, like the last hour, the QR code up here goes to the mystery box. Actually, once you send out the text and the emails,
yeah,
I will change the QR code. I have another one added. I'll change that. That one goes directly to the verification form, so people don't have
okay,
to.
That's a good idea. That's a good
try
idea.
to find
Yeah.
it because you don't need.
Yeah, and then you guys
have
can
people sign up for
periodically put the different links in the chat too, so that way people know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, I'm gonna get off here because I gotta edit all of my images from the content that I shot today for all the products and have watermarks for Sammy Guru on it, and also try to get the rest of these articles ready. But Colin and Tori will be live tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific, which is noon Eastern, which is an hour before Unpacked starts, and they'll stream through the event like an hour after to make sure you guys got your mystery boxes confirmed and everything's kind of working well. Otherwise, yeah, we should have a good time tomorrow, and everyone. I'm looking for a happy Unpacked day. So lots of content to come. Make sure you check out the website, check out the stream tomorrow, and everybody have good luck getting your devices. So.
Yep. We'll
see you guys
tomorrow.
All right. Did you end it?